Okay. Um, Dakota, if you're already here, let me know in the chat. Because this. Okay, cool. Okay. I remember watching this set live. I was pretty sad. So, I don't really remember much of the like actual interactions. Did you? Dang. I always call it your MAGA head. It's just not the right color red. Also, quick thing, you're fucking. I've so many fucking times on campus have I like walked behind someone and assumed it was you because they had the same haircut and hair, or I'm sorry, and hat and outfit like every single fucking day. Everyone wears the Dakota. Zach, is he from Atlanta? Is he from really? I mean, I know he used to like go to a lot of the nows. This is the first time I've seen him in a while though.
Look, they had to ban all the stages that are unbanned.
Why don't we just settle on Battlefield like everyone else?
Because
Okay.
he's
Let's go.
not from BR. I mean, he is from BR.
No, Kevin, no.
He's not from BR.
You should already know. This is the danger zone. And you got needles, so you kind of like got forced in the spot. But let's see, why'd you...
He's not from BR.
Yeah, opening with like that full hop nair is, or like just challenging a side platform right from the get-go is usually like a pretty bad idea, and most of the time you can just kind of be lazy and just like camp them here. Or like, honestly, like not a bad thing to do is like do full hop in place here to like catch people like, because usually they aim the fair to be on the ground, like because like this fair hits you like way down here, right? So like all the zone above it's pretty safe. So sometimes you can be kind of cheesy, like. And the reason I bring that up specifically is because like the needle kind of prevents you from trying to dash dance grab the that fair. It's like you can still kind of dash dance grab it, but it's awkward. So like an answer is to do the full hop in place there instead, because like if you try to jump towards it or you try to dash dance camp right here, then you're gonna get like needle like fared. What's up, Graham? But yeah, just kind of it's kind of the first thing you have to learn to play around with against Sheik. It's just like that awkward first needle or like that first fair. Usually against most characters, I would say you can just like dash dance camp like right outside the range of the fair, but needle kind of makes it awkward.
I mean, he is from BR.
Oh god. Oh. Okay.
I mean, he is
I don't really like this first drill. I definitely don't like this thing.
You are.
Both of those seem like kind of random and like. So this full hop downer is not the worst thing in the world. This at least serves some purpose in some like weird scenarios. I don't think it's very good here. Right. Okay. Yeah. I'll just try to break it down. But for this is like kind of like a general. This is a. I'm gonna. This concept is more of a fundamental, quote unquote. This is not really related to the matchup at all, but like that first full up downer, like very, very like it catches so little things in this scenario. Like the only thing, if he were to waveland, like let's say he aerialed here and then he maybe like forward tilted, game plan versus Sheik. Okay. Oh gosh. Do I even have an articulated form of Sheik Fox? See, when I play against Justin, like, oh god, I already like forgot. Like usually for me, I'm pretty sure it's like short hop nair spam and like spam crouch cancel. I literally just need to hold. Let me watch myself play against Justin for like a second. That will probably help. Cause I like honestly like I don't have a very good like I just don't I don't have like a thought out like game plan for this matchup. FD is different. Okay, what am I doing here? You could do full hop nair, yeah. It's like that is usually your full hop option. Well, that was also because specifically against Justin, I already knew before ahead of time that he had a really hard time against full hop nair, so I was kind of spamming it in this set specifically. Yeah, I think the issue is like I play this matchup a little bit more freeform. Like I play it by the situation as opposed to like having like a really specific game plan that I follow. I will say. See, like those full hop drills, like I usually do them like closer to like in place to like catch him approaching. Um, oh gosh. Come on, I need better examples how I play this matchup. Okay, whatever. I'll just like my general rules of the matchup. Full hop drill is usually more reliable to catch them coming in, like because Nair is not very good. So like if I'm getting like stuffed by Sheik a lot, or I'm just like anticipating approaches, like grounded approaches, then I usually do drills in place, or specifically full hop in place. If you're moving forward, full hop Nair is really obnoxious to deal with, even though it's crouch cancelable. Like as long as you place it in situations where Sheik is in lag and she can't really like reliably react with like wave dash back or dash back grab, then you can kind of like bully her with full hop nair a little bit. I know that doesn't sound very specific and like it's kind of it's not that great of a way to say it, but like I'll hopefully in this set I can talk about more of the full hop nair. And other than that, like I really try to like get in on her like with straw hop nair a lot. I would say like that's probably the key thing because like straw hop nair is like really strong in that match. I mean, I guess if they DI in, like the DI out's like less strong, but yeah. And yeah, like my money like moves are like up till a nair because like you can get like nair up till or like up till back air grab or some shit, right? And like grabs are also of course strong, like they are in every matchup as long as you're not bare. But yeah, I really don't have like that specific of like that baseline for the matchup. So hopefully like I can kind of articulate it more if I watch the set, but like I really don't have like my general rules still are probably like shield pressure her in general, but it's weird because like I like Nair or Nair is good whenever she's in the air, but if she's on the ground, then drill's better because like crouch cancel is like pretty relevant, and you have to crouch cancel her a bunch. And yeah, again, I'm just gonna keep watching the set, and hopefully, I can kind of articulate a better way to define the matchup. Okay. The first two these full hops are like not very good. Just in general, like this only beats him if he like maybe does a foretail here, but like pretty unlikely. This one too, just like, no. Jump for the corner is usually not that bad of an idea, especially like back throw. You just have to be a little bit careful. So like in situations like this where you get back thrown, first off, it's usually an accident by your opponent, especially if they're Sheik. Like normally they're supposed to down throw you. But Justin and I guess Zachackach too would they're usually looking for you to full hop. Like usually it's like, oh shit, like I fucked up and I didn't mean to back throw him here. Usually a lot of people full hop in this scenario. That's why it's like back throw and that. Okay, well never mind. I actually didn't expect that with the sequence that happened. I thought he was going to do just back throw and then back air immediately. Which would have worked if he just did back air like as soon as he back threw you. Because Justin does shit like that. Like he'll just back throw or like he'll hit you with the move that doesn't knock you down and then he'll like just read your jump from the corner. But so it's those things you have to be a little bit careful. Sometimes like you can like get hit by back throw and you just can kind of stand still or like dash dance in place a little bit and wait for them to jump. Because usually, eventually they do. Granted, he picks. Oh, I guess he was kind of reading spot dodge or something. Because like he like did run up crouch, which is like really interesting. Yeah, I don't know what he was honestly like looking for, but in the end, that you have to be a little bit careful in the scenario that like they are kind of looking for you to jump.
Baskin's disputing the fact that he's BR. You are
You
BR.
maybe. Yeah, like once you're here, you probably should just shield. Like I guess like there is a world where you might be able to escape in time, but like, I wish I would just like.
You are BR.
I wish I played this like a set of this recently, so like I would have like a little more fresh idea of like what to do in this matchup.
I mean, he is from BR.
I think the reflex. Yeah, usually the reflex is if like your opponent dashes under you, especially Sheik, like you really should be shielding most of the time. Like you should feel comfortable like wave landing or like just shielding on the platform. Usually because like so if especially if it's Sheik, right? Like I think almost all of our areas are unsafe against shield drop. So like usually it's just like fine to shield. Like if anything, it's good for you now as long as you can shield drop. So yeah.
It's fact. You are BR.
Okay, yeah. Okay. That's a good start.
You are BR. Baskin's disputing the fact that he's BR.
Yeah, here once you see this up air, I would say you're up. You want to either up tilt or you probably should just go for the like dash hands grab. Granted, it was up air and it was kind of early, so he might have been able to throw out a nair. I would say up tilt is probably your best bet here. Just like up tilt, back air grab, or like up tilt something. Full hop nair doesn't do anything. That's the main issue, right? It's like you hit him with full hop nair, and now he's over here, and now you're up here, and now you can't continue any combo. As opposed to like up tilt, where you can get like an up tilt string. Even a short hop nair might be fine. I still think like technically you would want to grab the most probably. Even though it's 0, and 0 is kind of an awkward percent for the up throw stuff, but I still think it's probably like up to or nair. But basically, the important part is this nair does nothing, right? It just doesn't link into anything and just like hits him for nothing.
It's fact. It's like Baskin's disputing the fact that he's BR. It's fact.
Yeah, you're definitely jumping a lot. Like right here, you jump. I'm not gonna really count that full up nair right there.
Check this out. Check this out. Watch this.
Jump again. Jump. Okay, it's fine. Beat up to it with any move coming down. No. I think her best bet is she might be able to space fair perfectly, but like if you're directly below her, then I think the best you can get is trading with down air maybe. Usually no. If you are below Sheik, she gets fucked by that up tilt. Very few exceptions to the rule.
Real hard. So I'm gonna do a frame perfect chill and piss after this game.
Damn.
After this
okay. I think all this is fine. I really like this positioning. Like you're preemptively covering him, like falling to the platform with an aerial, but like you just don't commit at all. You just kind of like let him. Granted, I do think the top platform is a little bit harder to shark because you do have to travel like a higher distance. Yeah, that's a pretty good start. But yeah, the top platform is a little bit awkward because like you can't really wait till they land and then jump. You have to start jumping before they land, and sometimes it's a little bit awkward. And like if you jump too early, you'll get hit by that down air. But yeah, in general, I still think you're already in position for it. I think you're looking for it. It just seemed like you didn't really want to commit to it, so do that.
So the thing is like you guys gotta play. Swap the names. So the thing is like you guys gotta play. Swap the
That could have been a drill. Full hop.
Oh shit! I clicked off.
Oh damn.
I know,
pretty real.
It's hard. It's Coors Light Nando. Coors Light Nando
Ooh,
works.
nah, lasers are like not for that scenario. Lasers are like usually like full screen. What's up, Inferno? Are more for like full screen. Um, like laser like full screen, like kind of to sometimes bait Sheik into approaching you with like dash attack or something, but like very rarely will you use them like in a situation like this. It like literally gets you hit, right? Because like lasers just don't do anything. Basically, that's like the main issue. Oh, anti-mech. Right. I knew that. 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 I swear to God, I knew that. Sorry. I don't know why. For some reason, like the two opportunities where like the Nair or the full hop in place drill would have worked for you, Baskin. You did empty hop. I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay.
Do you know how much of an upgrade this is?
Full hop, like, okay, first I do think already right off the bat that you are having like a really bad habit with just spamming full hop, but it does have it is actually really good. It's obnoxious to deal with sometimes. Like if Sheik is holding shield in front of like in short hop nair distance, sometimes you can just blind a nair, full hop nair, and like it's kind of just annoying to like because she can't really anti-air it that easily. So like if she's in a situation where she can't dash back, then that's actually pretty good. But like you have to be careful.
It is like if you just drank this first, you'd be like this.
Up tilt. If you get after this up air it connects, it's probably pretty easily an up air up tilt. I still don't really like that attempt to the up air. Also, like coming down with drills like kind of awkward. Like if they're already in the air, if they're in the air, then you want to come down with like nair or back air. But if they're on the ground, like the ground level, and you're confident that it's gonna hit, then you want to drill. But like usually doing the drill from the top platform is bad in the first place. This just kind of happened to work because he like approached at this timing, but I think it's gonna be bad policy. You might just get grabbed for it every time as long as he's just like even slightly competent.
But if you drink this after a Coors Light, it's like, dude, I was saved.
Yeah, so like all of these full hops, like because it's the only thing you're doing, like you're just gonna get okay. So all this like kind of ended up working out, but like okay, he was not competent in that one scenario. But yeah, it's like all this sequence is like okay, like that's a good anti-air. There's a little bit like bad execution off like so you go up air. You're probably supposed to do like short hop or like full hop, like double jump up air here instead of like one full hop because he's on the top platform. Like one full hop's not gonna do anything. That's all fine. Okay, so I like this concept here as well. Put him on the ground, like realize that like you can't continue to combo, so just go back to center stage. And like this is a scenario where you see a lot of Sheiks dash attacking, doing the short hop aerial, fucking approaching in general. And so so this like dash back is really strong. But then you go too far and you like laser too, and like now you have all of this, right? So like imagine if you were still in center and you were just barely outside the range of that forward tilt, that would have been a lot better of a scenario for you. But instead you kind of like pressured him, like punished him with stage positioning, and then immediately gave it up by going too far. Because yeah, like you can like kind of convince Sheik to approach you, right? So I guess my starter game plan a lot of the time against like Sheik and Marth is to kind of spam overshoot like drill against her if she's on the ground, and it's also to call her out for like jumping or like doing forward tilts in place, right? So punish her for trying to counter your approaches, and then put her in scenarios where she kind of not has to approach, but she's more convinced to approach. So like kind of dash dancing while like she's in the corner and you're in center stage, or just like giving her kind of just random windows where she can like want to attack you. Like dash dancing is good to like catch her dash attack or to convince her to dash attack, because a lot of time dash attack will work against someone who's just like dash dancing in place and is just not expecting to get hit by something there. And so you can kind of catch her for approaching by doing like dash back or just full hops in place. Like that's the better usage of full hop. And like you can kind of mix in full hop approach, like full hop nair approaches as well, like for scenarios that I'll hopefully like go over here. Like again, drill, shine, put her in a bad spot, and then you kind of just give it up. And like now you're all the way over here, right? And it seems like in your head, it feels like you're kind of just relying on the top platform. It's like, okay, the top platform is my safe haven. All of my approaches are going to come from the top platform. Because it keeps happening, like this entire stock, like, look, top platform, top platform. This doesn't count. Top platform, right? Like it just keeps happening. Like this is like it feels like this is your only approach, and it is a very, very scary place to approach a lot of the time because again, like it's that heat zone that I've talked about a million times. This is like the entire threat range of the top platform. So this is not an absolute, but usually, right? Like all, especially in the approaches you've done so far, they have all fallen within this range. And so if anybody is ready and they're just sitting right here, then you're gonna get fucked up, right? So you have to be careful with having a game plan so centered around this. I think in this matchup, like it's really hard. Like the biggest opening you're gonna get off a top platform like drop through bear is gonna be like them trying to hit you, like them like maybe jumping up to the top platform and then you hitting them early. Where like, where are you from? Because I saw you went towards LSU4. Yeah, I'm from Baton Rouge, and yeah, I also go to LSU, so that's why I'm usually there. But yeah, like the most you're ever gonna get from the top platform usually is like you can maybe get Drill Shine like grab or Drill Shine up smash, or like you maybe like in my head I feel like the biggest reward you're gonna be able to get is like drop to the platform, back air, and then get an up tilt off that. But the back air has to hit clean, and it's like and it's really hard. Tough, Julian. I actually thought I saw earlier that you weren't able to play friendlies till 8, so I just assumed you're going to be busy till 8, so that's why I didn't start off with your set. So sorry about that. It's definitely in the queue. You're the only other person I'm doing tonight, so yeah. Ah, fuck! God damn it! I keep forgetting.
Chance of saying how you mix.
Anyway, at least I was right. Okay, so you have the right idea here. Side platform, get outside the range of the heat zone. This runoff fair. You were just a little bit off in your spacing. This is an example of a situation where you want to use full hop, like approaching full hop, because like a lot of people do use forward tilt after they land, specifically to try to catch people with dash dance grabbing them. Zachackach won this set. Unless you're talking about the Julian set, which Taylor won that set. But yeah, this is a situation where you kind of use it. You can also just have like a much tighter dash dance. Like that's really like the only other solution. Like it's just because you dash back a little bit too far. So this is kind of like the choice. A decision you have to make. It's like if you think you're too far away to true punish a whipped aerial like that, that's when you do throw in full hops to like kind of cover it. Like full hop nair there, it can sometimes catch people dashing back and it catch them if they throw out the forward tilt early. Like they'll just get hit by it. And yeah. But if you're just really tight in your space, then you can get a roll grab there instead. But it's just because if you're like out of position or you're late, then you're gonna hit by that forward tilt, and that really sucks. Okay, that's good.
Chance of saying how you mix the Coors Light with rum.
Shining really hurt your positioning here, I think. In the end, it didn't really matter. You just had to like kind of concede a back air on shield, but you could have gotten shield out. That's right. I would say here it's like reaction tech chase with nair, full hop nair instead. Word. Actually, I think RJ is considered Central LA. So, and there was a central, and he was at Lust. So technically, and he's really good at Smash 4. So you can kind of say it with him. I don't think he did very well at that event though. But yeah, here it's probably just tech chase with nair, a full hop nair here instead of like doing this shine, like shine turn on back air. It adds a little bit too much, and full hop nair does just the same as a short hop turnaround back air would do here. And even if this shine is like intended for the tech chase, then like shining on the platforms is very, very, very rarely a good idea because they just get sent off of it anyway. So like it's kind of pointless.
No, nothing beats the wig ski beer mix.
Top
that we made that
platform.
one time when you brought.
Okay.
It was trash. The wig ski beer
Unfortunate.
mix that we made that one time when you brought. It was nothing beats the wig ski beer mix that we made that one time when you brought. It was trash. Nothing beats the wig ski beer mix that we made that one time when you brought. It was trash. The wig ski beer mix that we made that one time when you brought. It was trash. Nothing beats the wig ski.
This is like a small thing I just noticed, but I noticed you kind of pause after your aerials.
The wig ski beer mix that we made that one time when you brought.
Like there, you saw that like short hop nair that connected, and you just kind of stood in place. Maybe it was like you might have just been trying to tech chase, but like your movement kind of convinces me otherwise.
It was trash. It was Fanta, beer, and like whiskey. It was so trash.
I'm gonna keep paying attention to that real quick. Okay, whatever. It's that might have just been an isolated thing, honestly. So I'm just ignore that for now.
No, nothing beats the Coors Light with rum. No.
This spot was kind of awkward. This is kind of a weird decision too. So like, you end up here, and you do this like, I'm assuming this is supposed to be like a backdash, or like maybe you did want to turn around for some reason. I'm only assuming that like, or I can only assume you just meant to turn around, but like you just like inputted it wrong because I'm pretty sure this is UCF. And then you insisted on turning back around anyway and doing the back air, so it was just like kind of a weird sequence. And the full out back air here is like awkward. Though this is kind of that scenario I talked about earlier, where like this is arguably an okay spot to do the full hop aerial because like if they're forward tilting a bunch after they land, then like this would have beaten it. But again, it just gets you if like, because right now he can wave dash back and grab it, but he's not really doing that. And still like, he has another situation like if you are if your like main thing in this set so far has been you spamming aerials from the top platform, his thing has been spamming runoff aerials, and like that's kind of the thing you should pray for, or pray on, not pray for. Pray on whenever you're you're looking for someone to like kind of beat like Cheeks for doing. A lot of time like they kind of rely on runoff fair and shit, so I think not a bad idea to like try to kind of center your game plan around that. Usually like you have a base game plan, and then against like a specific person you have like a more like focused game plan. So like just to give an example, like against Taylor, like I'm looking more for him doing approaching aerials after laser, while against Josiah I'm looking more for him to spam dash back after lasers, even though he doesn't really do that much anymore. But still, it's just for someone like him, and it just kind of actually it's categorizing or having categories for like Sheik players, and then being able to assign them, assign players like kind of like, I think PP call it like boxes, where like you have boxes of like different Falco players, and like you just kind of putting the different options into certain boxes and then assigning players to the boxes. The screen crash? Did it crash? No. Oh, did it crash for anyone else? Oh, he probably just buffering. But yeah, so far a lot of Zachackach has been just run off aerial. Do these tears? Yeah, I have no idea.
It was so trash. It was whiskey beer mix that we made that one time when you brought. It was trash. It was Fanta, beer, and like whiskey. It was so trash.
I don't know what's going on so far, but this is the third time that you've been in an option where you can hit him, but like you just landed without doing anything. So I don't know why.
whiskey.
Usually I just kind of sort of like, oh, whatever, just one time thing. This happened 3 times in like the first minute and a half. It's kind of bizarre. This time
It
too.
was Fanta,
I think
beer,
this
and
actually you might have thrown an
whiskey.
aerial.
It was so
Mm-mm.
trash. It worked. It did the job.
I don't understand.
Binary versus non-binary is a binary.
Oh my god, I forgot that Guido made that joke.
Binary versus non.
This refresh time was wrong.
Did the job.
So, because he uses double jump, you don't really have to worry about refreshing. Refreshing is only really about making sure that he can't double jump fair you or he can't hit you with the up B poof. And because he's all the way over here, you don't really have to worry about doing that anymore, right? So usually the situation is the time where you just like keep holding the ledge, wait for him to poof, and then regular get up. As opposed to what you did here, which was a re-grab when he started poofing. And now if you do the regular get up, you're going to have to like wait the 7 frames because you just got the ledge and then regular get up, which is going to be too slow, and that's why you got this this is why all of that happened. In a situation where you grab the ledge this late, you just have to do like a ledge hop up air instead. But yeah, it was just an unnecessary ledge grab that kind of screwed you over on this edge guard.
No, Guido, why aren't you here? This is why you're not here, because you're making shitty jokes. I'll shoot you. This is why you're not here, because you're making shitty jokes.
Oh gosh. Okay.
This is why you're not here,
So what ended up happening in this scenario? Okay, you just kind of air dodge through.
I'll shoot him. You got saved by the law. The commissioner told me not to shoot you.
Quick drink.
You better be happy.
Okay. So let's pay.
God.
Okay. Here on the top platform. What did this hit you for?
God, dude.
There's crouch cancel. You don't. Wait, did you miss your cancel maybe?
God,
Yeah. This you probably shouldn't have gotten hit here. If you are coming from the top platform with an aerial, like you have to aim for like the hard aerial because like in situations like this, like you wanna if it does connect and they can crouch cancel it, you want to get a hard aerial, and then because you know even if they get crouch cancel, like you can probably dash away from it. Probably, I mean if they're really good, they'll probably still get the grab on you. But like if they just like kind of like him doing crouch cancel up tilt for example would have lost to you doing a hard back here and then dashing forward. And you might have honestly been able to dash outside the range of it if you just like actually inputted the dash forward, but like I think maybe you just you don't know how to act out of the hit lag that well, or maybe you just missed your cancel or something and you inputted your dash forward early, but you just kind of stood still here. That's kind of awkward. But I still think you probably should have just aimed for like a hard back air here instead, or have more drift so like it was gonna be like better space and you'll probably be like okay for most things except like dash attack maybe.
God, dude.
I'm
being treated like a stupid.
See, this is exactly why top platform is bad.
God, dude.
They stay outside this range, and then you just fall right into the hands, right?
Like a stupid bitch.
Again, this is that same scenario from earlier.
I'm being treated like
Get grabbed, back thrown, jump from the corner, right? Get back-aired. Or okay, you didn't really get back-aired exactly, but still.
Alright, so Willie lost to Mike Flow 3-0.
It keeps working. I think this one has an excuse because this is like basically a pseudo full hop in place against runoff fair like we talked about earlier. It just instead of doing a full hop from the ground, you're just doing like a drop through from the top platform. But still, this is why I brought up that runoff fair or the full hop drill because it beats almost all the runoff aerials that aim for like you on the ground. I don't know why he did it. He probably shouldn't have done that in the first place because of. I don't think you were ever.
Alright, so Willie lost to Mike Flow.
Okay, I guess he probably did it because he didn't expect you to double jump, and it was kind of like muscle memory at that point, but still. Okay. Ooh, just gotta have a better aim for that back here. Is it just like slightly bad positioning on this? Yeah, it's just because you ran. Because you do run off here, the only way this backer would really like 100% connect against most of the drills is if you do like dash back, full hop back here towards them instead of like back air in place. You could do back air in place if your sequence was reverse fair and then drop through here. That's usually better if like you are confident that they're gonna like start coming down with an aerial like this, because running off, I'm pretty sure it was kind of you looking for the same thing where you're just kind of looking for him to like land on the platform with something. Usually it's better to drop through in this scenario because you want to be below the platform and like basically cover like most of the drifts that she could do in that spot, and the back here would be a lot better. As opposed to like doing runoff here, it only covers him if he drifts full forward, right? And that's, you see, like since he drifted straight down, it was just not very good. So this is just kind of a bad positioning. Why'd you do late back air here though? It just feels like there's so many small things where it's like you're full hopping, your aerial just doesn't come out in time, and then, or like you do situations like this where like you full hop but then you back air late, even though like he's in the air. It's kind of weird. Same scenario from earlier. He felt this is correct for you to look for him to do a runoff aerial, but like again, it's just kind of hard to hit Sheik in that spot. You have to be like really, really on point with grabs. In fact, I would say that like the only like the really consistent way to get it is if like you're in a position where you don't have to dash back at all. You just only have to dash forward, and like you're just in the position. Like you're not like baiting him to come off platform. Like you're just already there. Or you have to dash back really, really early and then be just super ready. I don't know. It just keeps happening, and I've been in a situation where I've just been able to grab Sheik. It just is really tight, so it's to be on the lookout. That's why full hopping there is like kind of a newbie like safe way to punish them, just because usually they throw out the forward tilt or the jab or something there, so it's usually pretty okay to do the drill or full hop drill in place.
So you're gonna play the winner of Dylan and John.
I'm surprised the up tilt even hit you here.
So you're gonna play the winner of Dylan. So you're gonna play the winner. So you're gonna play the winner of Dylan and.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just kind of surprised it hit. Oh god. Commit. Here, if like full out back air right there, that would have probably worked.
Set or game?
Stop it with the full hop from the platform.
I'll take my big pizza. I'm gonna.
Yeah, this is just kind of like.
I'll take my big pizza.
Quick note, if you don't already know.
I'll take my big pizza.
If you just hold down here, then you'll just drop to the platform instead of landing on it. As long as if you don't throw an air, that is. So like that's probably what you should have done here. Just drop through the platform and then do a back air.
I'll take my big pizza.
Or like just stay on the platform the whole time and just wait for him to do like a double jump air or a double jump air dodge, and then just drop through and do the back air instead of having to like full hop and then hold down and then back air. That can sometimes be awkward.
The thing is though, is that like not everyone washes their hands.
Okay.
I always wash my hands. I provide the soap. My mom goes to Bath and Body Works and I steal the soaps and bring them here, dog.
Fuck.
You should have a sign in the bathroom that says to wash your hands or you're banned.
Just also like. And I think that's honestly like an issue that like this kind of reminds me of Murrah when I watched Murrah against Justin, and like it was either Murrah or Austin. Actually, I think Austin was more grounded. Murrah and like sometimes even me, whenever I lose to Justin when I play Fox and I'm like spamming full hops like that, that's usually what happens is I'm spamming full hops, and like a lot of times it just doesn't really work, like because the openings you get are like they're not going to be super fruitful except if you get like drill shine grab or drill shine up smash. Like those are the openings that are actually going to get you like a lot off your openings, right? So if you're constantly spamming full hops and you're getting straight hits and like you're putting yourself in bad scenarios and you're not using any of your ground movement, then like you're gonna kind of like give Sheik everything she needs to like win this matchup. Staying grounded, doing overshoot like drills, and anti-airing her with up tilt and nair, like all of that stuff like adds up a lot. And it kind of you want to make Sheik feel like, God damn it, like every single time Fox gets an opening on me, like I take 1,000,000%. As opposed to Sheik, where like she has to grab you and down throw you and do perfect reaction tech chases to maybe build up some percent, you know? I feel like stuff like that will help you a lot, because like so far, I feel like Zachackach has kind of just punished you for making mistakes, as opposed to like actually like actively going for like, you know, reads on your decisions. It just seems more he's like kind of execution testing you, and to be fair, I think you're kind of execution testing each other. It seems like there's no like real decision making going on. It's like you're going top platform, you're drilling, you know, and like this has happened like 1,000,000 times in a row, and he's just like looking for that. That's like, those are one of the few things that it feels like he actually is kind of like punishing you for like your active decision making, which is like he's now like really camping outside the range of the top platform shit and punishing you for it. But a lot of the other openings haven't really felt the same.
To make sure you wash your hands.
Like other openings has been like him doing like the run off fair into forward tilt and punishing you for running into the forward tilt, and that's like kind of, you know, another form of kind of like outplaying or you're making a decision, I guess. But still, that's like more muscle memory shit. So I would say like a good start to this matchup would be to stay really grounded and go for options that I talked about, where it's like if you are getting forward tilted a bunch, then like you can, or especially like specifically like him whiffing an aerial into forward tilt, then you can do the full hop drill like right above him. If you're getting dash attacked a lot, or way dash forward dash attack or some shit, then doing drills in place are really strong. If you notice that your aerials are just constantly getting like dash back and way dash back, then going for overshoot drill is gonna help a lot, and like getting openings off that. And yeah, and if he's just jumping a lot, then like you can do full hop nair, like meet him in the air, or you can like anti-air him with up tilt, or like sometimes you can just like find like as he's landing, you can sometimes get like a nair in there, and like, you know, sometimes you can get a nair string off that. It just feels like the options that you're choosing, they're like not really gonna get you much.
You gotta go to Hobby Lobby.
Like, see, it just like start dash dancing and then full hop drill or full hop back, like, and then you're just gonna get dash dance for it, right?
Guido, who's your favorite JoJo?
And it seems like you're relying so much on top platform. It's just like not. Let's see, like now you're really just like. It feels like he's the only one who's making like really good decisions right now. Or not even really good ones. He's just making any decisions at all. Oh wait, what? You survived? Oh, he just let you.
Why did you not grab the ledge?
That's what I'm saying. Sure wouldn't work.
Obvious reason. I got a pee-pee. Someone take Kroger.
I'm kind of curious what are you gonna do without the top platform. Okay, no grab. This is actually a situation you might want to do drill grab, like straight into grab instead of drill shine grab, just because like you saw how he like grabbed the ledge. You might, if you try to go for drill shine grab, that might happen anyway, and then you just don't get anything, right? So like maybe you want to go for just drill it directly into grab. It usually works. Move it off here, perfect opportunity. Sheik's above you. Sheik used her double jump, just up tilt. Just up tilt. Just up tilt. No need to do all this laser shit. And these are situations where you need to approach. But don't again, like a good philosophy on approaching is to never attack where they are, attack where they're going, and usually that means behind them. So like doing cross up, like short hop nair is usually good, because usually cross up will kind of prevent you from getting like crouch cancel grabbed, kind of, or going for drills a lot safer, like just cross up drill. But like constantly being like this and like doing really passive like full hops, like that's what's gonna get you hit. And again, like it's about you getting a big opening, right? So like, you know, Sheik jumps. Yeah, I would say this is a pretty good moment to do like an approach here. Like this, I don't really agree with Shine, but like, Ideally, the perfect roll thing is if Sheik is charging needles above you, is to actually get under her as soon as you can. It's hard because like her needle is something like this, I would say. Um, but you have to realize that also this entire zone below her is completely vulnerable. Like it kind of forms a triangle of like, this is the kind of the Sheik triangle where like this red line is their only danger, right? But if you get below her, it's like so fucking good for you. This is actually like not a bad opportunity to approach, but like the issue is that like she can kind of also needle at any timing, so like it looks more something like this sometimes. So like it can sometimes be hard to actually get in, like right under her. But if you can get under her, it's really good. Full hop is like also just not bad here either. I think you were just like a little bit, maybe a little bit off on the timing. But I think if you do like cross up, like if you do like late bear here, so like even if she shields it, like you'll start pressure, or if she like dashes under here like she does in this spot, then you know you can just dash away and you'll probably be fine. Definitely a lot more reasonable of a full hop than the other examples that we've seen so far. And yeah, you're just like a little bit off position and like didn't really commit. Here you can just hop drill and like true punish that down smash.
No. So there's subhuman and then there's the below.
Again, like I don't know what's happening, but like there's so many empty full hops for some reason. I don't get it. What? Yeah, this is. You could just land on stage basically. You know, there's no. Sometimes you just kind of have to. If the only thing that gets you killed is grabbing the ledge, then sometimes it's usually a better idea to just like commit to landing on stage. I am kind of surprised that like it even killed you, honestly, because it seemed like you were pretty close. But yeah, it's just because you wrote the wall. You gave up at this stock count? Come on, don't do that.
Maybe not for a little bit.
Okay, there,
Keep
up
it
to.
away.
Okay, that one's harder. It is harder, honestly, like in this spot, because there's so many different drifts that she can land with. So like sometimes getting below her is like a pretty big pain in the ass. Usually, if you have to follow her like this, you can just kind of run with her and then like crouch down like whenever she gets close, because like you can't really like run and then up tilt. It's like harder to do that. So say you can usually just like run to her and then just like hold down and get your crouch cancel shine, because it's hard to hit her out of the air.
Yeah, you got time to do whatever. If you're doing anything. Let's see.
No. Okay.
That's happened right here.
Yeah, this is the dash attack that Sheik's really looking for. This is the example of the dash attack that like you want to do full hop drills against. Granted, in this scenario, I didn't really expect you to, because he was invincible and like what are you gonna do? But this is just an example of like this is what if you're getting hit by dash attack a lot, this is usually why. It's because you're like dash dancing and dashing back, and he just does an overshoot dash attack. So we'll see if that keeps it happening. But yeah, like especially FD, like FD is not a full hop like stage really. Like that, this is definitely the, because you have to think about it like this. Also, it's like, I guess this might be a better idea of my game plan. But Sheik's grounded options aren't great for approaching. Wave dash forward tilt is very stationary and like travels a very specific distance. Jumping is really slow with Sheik, right? So like I said, like forward dash or like wave dash forward tilt or down tilt or like jab, I guess, and kind of needles, but like not really. They're not really approaches, right? So spamming dash dance against Sheik is actually really strong, as long as you're really tight about it. And again, like if you're really on the lookout, right? Because I think my goal with the matchup is I want to get Sheik to jump. and then I want to do really good with like up tilting her and back airing her or like anti-airing her in general and like punishing her for jumping, right? And usually you get her to jump by punishing all of her grounded options, by staying on the ground. Right. Right. So like if you kind of I think it's important to still approach, but I think a lot of the time your goal is to be on the ground for most of the game. What do you mean make it more complicated than that? Do you mean just like be more descriptive about like what does being grounded mean? So like oh right, yeah, exactly. Sorry, I thought you were like replying to me. But yeah, like you want to like really punish her for being on the ground basically. So like if she's constantly dashing back and she's like constantly doing like aerials in place and shit, you need to punish her for those things, right? Because if you just, it's almost like you want to give her tempo. I guess this might be my best way to put it, right? So what I mean by tempo is like if I have tempo, I attack first, right? And then my opponent responds. And usually that's like what you want to do. But sometimes against Sheik, it's actually kind of better to give her the tempo and let her pick an option first. Because Fox's options are all usually really like strong and like, you know, you want to like kind of throw the tempo in your favor. Damn. But if you give Sheik tempo and you let her throw out a forward tilt, let her dash back, let her do a jump, punishing her options usually is actually like really strong too. And it's kind of one of the few matchups where you do kind of want to give your opponent tempo in it. And you also need to obviously like not give her full control over the match, but like that's usually a good start. Is like is read her option basically. I guess is like or react or whatever. Respond to her option, and that way like that'll get you a lot of openings. Like if she has to like jump at you with full hop fair or even short hop fair, they're both really slow. Then you can dash dance grab that really easy, or not really easily. It's actually really tight, but doing that or like that gives you an opportunity to go below her and get up tilt into your opening, or like her, you know, making the decision to dash back and you overshooting with drill. Like that's going to discourage her from being. And really, I should have been talking about how like overshooting with dash back or like punishing her for doing dash attacks will really discourage her to be on the ground. And then once she's in the air, that's when it's going to be like. Well, if she's camping near the ledge, then that's when you just overshoot. No. Like, let's rewind. Alright, in the corner, full hop drill works. Like, look, okay. Your issue is if they're camping near the ledge and you're doing full hops and like full hop double jumps, then you're gonna get frustrated, right? But if you're on the ground, like, grab her. If she's doing nothing, if she's not even throwing out forward tilts, overshoot and grab her. Just grab her raw. Or down tilt, like overshoot or down tilt, or drill. Like you have to punish her for being on the ground because like her standing still is still a decision, right? So if you punish her for standing still, then that's a win, right? And like usually it's kind of like a flowchart. Like if she does nothing, then like you approach her. Then next time she's gonna forward tilt, and that's when you can do a full hop approach, and then like. You know, if you do full hop approach, then you kind of have to read her doing a dash back again. And eventually you just need to frustrate her, like constantly read her for all these options and either punish her like really hard for them or like get her frustrated with all the time she gets hit. And then eventually she's going to jump at you, right? Like that's kind of, if you need to handle like all of those, the three main things, which is stand still, hitbox in place, or okay, four things, dash back, dash attack from the, like, and just dash attacking at you, right? And those are like, if you can handle those four things, then I think that'll get her to jump more. But like if you're constantly jumping like this, like not really like doing full hop and double jump back is that's not challenging her for like standing on the ground and camping you in the corner, right? You need to be active and like punish her for doing shit like that. Because you're right, she is like just camping in the corner this entire time. But like you're not punishing it. You're not doing the down tilt. You're not doing the full hop or the short hop drill. You're like only full hopping. So that it's understandable why you would get frustrated and give up on the game plan, but like you can't. I guess that's the game plan I'm giving you now. Is that stay grounded and actively punish her for like being grounded herself, right? And you know, kind of okay, this kind of went against my tempo thing because like, or I mean, I guess it's odd because like standing still isn't really utilizing your tempo, but like whatever. Hard read her grounded option. Um, in general, she sucks whenever she has tempo, but yeah, if she's on the ground, she's constantly camping you, overshoot her, like, or you know, if she's standing in place and doing forward tilt, then that's when you can kind of full hop her. I think even as long as you do like a really well timed nair, you can also kind of beat forward tilt. Not beat it, you'll trade with it probably. But yeah, like honestly, you can even just like short hop drill like raw punish a forward tilt, like on reaction too. Like that's gonna be more like you run up and wave dash down in front of her and then let her forward tilt and then punish her. Right? It's kind of like almost like a rhythm game where like you go wait go wait go wait or whatever. But yeah. Anyway.
Maybe not for a little bit.
Okay. Fair.
People.
Oh yeah, I remember. Just I forgot where we were actually.
You got time to do whatever. If you're doing.
I think we were like about here.
Let's see.
You got kind of lucky that he just ended up going that high. This positioning is not good for the edge guard. Like you don't want to be centered. Like the problem with doing this is like, so like you're center, and like just imagine if he didn't jump, like he just went to the ledge. Now you just did a shine back air, and now he's at the ledge, and now you can wave or ledge dash and like grab you for whiffing this back air. So like, not what you want to do. In general, I recommend staying like right here, being in range to do like the double jump back air that you did, but also being in range to like forward tilt her if she just drifts to the ledge. Why would you give up? Look at the percents and look at the stops. There's no reason to give up. Okay, overshoot. Yeah, it's this full hop double jump backwards shit is not working. You were just too slow here. Like you did the right thing, which is dash dance, but like then you just like did the drill like way too late. Gotta overshoot. Again, I think this is like another scenario where it's like you have to realize you're too slow, and like it was really close. Like I can't really blame you for not realizing it was too slow, but like this is like opportunities to like read the dash back and shit. That's only if you like really know the dash back, I guess.
Still changing the bracket?
No.
Still rigging?
No.
So again, this is kind of like what I was talking about, where like
Still rigging?
No.
the triangle is like if you get under, it's so strong, but like if you're like in that range, it's a lot scarier.
Still changing the bracket?
No.
Still rigging?
Yeah, like once you hear like that's why whenever someone like when a Sheik double jumps, you should just get under her immediately, so you don't even have to worry about the needle shit, right? Like just completely negate that option, and just force her to be like, all right, well, I have to drop down with an option, especially since you're invincible, right? Just like
No.
Still rigging?
she's trapped as long as you stay right here, right? So like this is a good example. But like since you're like you kind of drifted back in front of her and you got in the range of the needles, that kind of screwed you over.
I would never. Sorry, Guido.
And there's that flop in the corner that Skills was talking about as well. I don't know why he keeps doing this back throw. Like it kind of works for him, but not really.
Fernando's a bit of a. What's the word I'm looking for? Stickler. Yeah, that's all happening.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
This is like kind of a trap. Is like if they do a needle on your shield, like it's kind of hard to punish it. I think it's because like it kind of auto cancels like a Falco laser would, so like she can usually press something really really quickly. So sometimes you just kind of have to respect it and like okay, because it's kind of like it's kind of 50-50-ish where like oh you might be able to if you know she's gonna grab then like you might be able to jump out or like do something. But if you think she's gonna forward tilt, then you want to keep holding shield. That happens a lot in this matchup, where like you're kind of guessing between holding shield or like them doing forward tilt or them doing grab, and you know, I guess it's more like 50-50-ish.
Okay, that's all happening.
But yeah, that's probably what happened here. Is you just like try to grab or like jump here because the needle will hit your shield, and then you just forward tilt instead.
You play this?
Yeah.
Who won? Oof.
I'm very
Oh,
Ooh. The same but different Peach.
hey, rock grab. There you go.
Okay.
Damn.
Zachackach.
Nah. So here it's like,
Okay.
yeah, if you're like if you're trying to challenge Sheik in the air with the move like you maybe do never, most time it's up air. Back air just it's not in this positioning at least. Like back air is more like if she's gonna be jumping at you with like a double jump aerial from like an edge guard sequence, for example, or like maybe if she's falling like in that spot, but like usually you just like rely on like nair or usually just up air if you're like in this probably in this spot's up air. But I also would just recommend like letting her fall down and just grabbing her for it too.
Okay. Zachackach running away with this game a little bit.
Dang. Actually, I like this full hub nair too, or kind of like, because a lot of people approach here.
Running away with this game a little bit.
Like after they get it from an option, like you can just wave dash down and kind of wait. He just but doing the full hop nair here also works because like they kind of like to approach, right? So like you can kind of catch them for approaching in after getting up from attack option, but it didn't really work. And he was just like obviously waiting for it, I guess.
Two pummels. Ooh, the shield was up.
Oh, do you?
Again, should be happening. Should be rushing out. Ooh, but we got a conversion.
You just like
Ooh, but we got
you just smiled a little bit. Maybe you try to look at the camera. Like it's too blurry to tell.
Ooh, but we got a conversion.
I guess you try to look.
Again, should be happening. Should be rushing out. Ooh, but we got a conversion. Well, you triggered him, Guido. If that's what you were going.
That's funny.
It sure worked.
But yeah, I would say
Soft nair was-
the biggest problem in this entire set, and probably the best advice I can give you so far, is just no, like the full hop shit is just not working. Gotta stay grounded. Grounded. Again, and like this shit, like you're just like just barely out of position for it. Just too far. Oh, I should have downed you. Oh, you got lucky there too. Poison. Yeah. Just preemptively like challenging this spot against like I think this up air was aiming for him to run off, but like if you aim for this spot, like them waiting just a little bit is like gonna get you punished. And usually that's honestly what they're looking for whenever they're on the side platform, is like you doing aerials like anywhere close to that heat zone, like that's what they want. Yeah, this has happened. This is the third time this needle has hit here. It's just kind of, it's something you kind of just have to respect whenever she has like a charge like that and you're not invincible. It sucks because like honestly I do think it's correct to want to get in that position, but just because you're in this position already where you have to dash so far, like that's definitely this is why the needles work, is because it's so tempting to run under streak here, and then like you just don't get you don't expect to get hit by these needles, and you get like grabbed for it. It happens a lot. Like the correct thing to do here is just like camp outside the range of the furthest needle. As shitty as that is, like, because you just give up and you kind of just like end up giving her center because of it. But like, you can kind of full hop above it, I guess, too. But like, that's hard.
Smash. It may have been a dash attack. Typically, that's how that goes. Okay.
Dick, you're still a bit
Shine
off.
dash there.
I will say that it seems like you really need to practice the drill, like the shine conversions on Sheik, or like, I mean, you could do it on Mark too. It doesn't really matter. Because I felt like you didn't really get that many like drill shine anything in this matchup, and it seemed like you kind of guessed wrong in which direction you're going to. Like, it is really important to like recognize that if you're on the left side of Sheik, you need to always wave shine to the right, because like if you wave shine to the left, you're definitely not getting anything. So maybe try to focus on that like during technical practice, or just solo practice in general.
Not doing much.
Pretty much no reason to do background shield in this matchup unless it's like really space and like a positioning thing. If you're just doing a short hop aerial, then usually Nair is fine. See, like here, like you drill shine, drill. It's hard because like, it look like you're on the left side of her, then she STS to the left, and that way. I mean, honestly, I would forgive you for this one specifically because you would have to react an SDI, and that's like, or react to like to her SDI, and that's really difficult. But yeah.
That smash is the most unpredictable thing.
Yeah, and this happens a lot too to a lot of people where like they shine, turn around, and now they're kind of committed to like cover her rolling, and like honestly, I think if you just threw out the area, you probably would hit her, but like you just didn't. Does your C stick not work? Is this like? Because I feel like there's been so many scenarios where I expect an area and it just didn't come out.
Going down to the pit.
Yeah, here for this down throw, DI away, and then just hold, just press the tech button. You didn't know DI, I think, so that's why you landed like on the ground. But if you hold away, then you're gonna tech against the wall and then shine her, which would have been a lot better. Also, that if you just drilled here, would have connected.
To the pit. Couple of couch cancels, a couple of shines. Zachackach break dancing in the pit. Ends up. Ooh.
Oh.
Even the backwards facing up there.
Nice.
I have to say, that was
Oh, you got lucky by the lip.
It's not so easy to stay on a wave shine facing the same. Well, if you're facing backwards, to stay facing backwards.
See, why don't you do that? Like, you know how to do it. Just do it more often, shit. Nice.
Over the roll, the puck lead.
Let's go Baskin.
Over the roll, the up smash, gonna take that. Baskin out here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, here. If you're really ready, because I think you have the right idea, because you kind of knew that it's hard to get anything off this up throw. You can kind of do short hop up air, and like it'll kind of work. And like you can maybe do short hop nair. Like short hop nair is more guaranteed to like be good against like like if you trade, for example. But short hop up air works. Sometimes you can even up smash. If you're port 4, the up smash is guaranteed if they know DI. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not if they DI. I don't really remember. But yeah. But honestly, like waiting and letting her throw out an area. No, okay. Oh, up tilt. Yeah. Sorry. What was up smash? I guess it was just up tilt. Maybe up smash was just like, oh, it's like it kind of works, but whatever. Doing this where like up throw and like letting her just fall with an area is fine too, and just getting a grab off this. But like it seemed like you kind of hesitated and then like didn't do that.
Falling up air. Try to get...
Yeah, here also up air, like going, like not jumping here and just like dashing forward and like holding, like crouching, not to crouch cancel, but literally just to avoid the hitbox is usually really strong. Instead of going for this up air extension, like the up air is pretty, like it's not really that hard to hit, I guess, but like you just like mistimed it.
Try to get a third, but little misspace. Smart dodge, they're gonna dodge that up smash. Smart in the turnaround. Ooh, almost got that. No one through. Yeah. Alright.
Dang, out of position. Again, like if they're here, like you shouldn't be all the way over here. You got to be a little bit closer. because there's no way you're going to be in position to punish anything she's going to do.
If I could click, that'd be cool.
Okay.
And Zachackach.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't have any much else to say other than like the full hop game plan it's not working at all. Stay grounded, super stay grounded, and like I guess like 3 key points. Stay grounded. That'll help. That like most of your decision making should be based on the ground a lot of the time, except like the full hop drill is okay if you're expecting them to forward tilt maybe. Or like if you're overshooting, sometimes that works, and sometimes full hop nair is really obnoxious to deal with. And you also need a little bit better positioning in a lot of scenarios. But like, the positioning thing is more about like there are situations where like you were in the right position. Yeah, kind of. You're in the right position, but then like you kind of dash back a little bit too far, or you were just not close enough at all to punish. Right, so like during the edge guards, for example, especially this last up smash, right? Like she's all the way over here, you're right here, and you're trying to punish her with up smash from all the way over there. So yeah, positioning, and also work on the punish. Drill, shine, grab, like really, it's your bread and butter. And also something like it didn't really happen, but like getting a short hop nair is really important too. But yeah, those are really key things. Next time I play you, maybe tomorrow or at Rockets. I'm sorry, tomorrow or at Workshop. We can talk, like, I can literally just show you in-game examples and shit. But yeah. Cool. Let me contact Julian or Dust. That was a lot more simpler of a set. So this next one's probably gonna be a lot more detail centric. Baskin, go play Josiah. That's an order. And stay grounded, because you can stay grounded against Smarth too. I'm just kind of waiting around until someone replies. Man, I have so many bots in my channel. Kind of annoying. I guess I can, if Julian doesn't apply soon, then I'll finally do my case set. Because that's been on the backlog for quite some time now, and I know people actually want to watch that. But if Julian's around, then I'll just do it instead.